Truman Doctrine was the United States' first definitive Cold War policy. It was a rising conflict between the U.S. and Russia, but was never resolved by fighting a war. It began with the death of Franklin Roosevelt, who had been U.S. president since 1933. The death of Franklin Roosevelt led to the rise of a new president, the relatively unknown Harry Truman. In April 12, 1945, Roosevelt was suffering a massive cerebral hemorrhage. Truman was a no-nonsense politician who was skeptical about Stalin's motives and assurances at Yalta and Potsdam. Truman had a reputation as a plain-speaking, no-nonsense politician who got things done. In devising his foreign, Truman drew heavily on George Kennan's long telegram, drafted in early 1946. It said exactly what the American government wanted it to. Kennan hated communism and Soviet government. Truman spent 2 years after dealing with American domestic economic issues. This long telegram became known the foundation of American attitudes during the Cold War. George sent a lengthy telegram to the U.S. Treasury Department. In 1947, Truman told Congress he would support any nation at risk from armed minorities or outside pressures. The Truman administration feared that the Soviets thought access to the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean, and ultimately the entire Middle East. This speech formed the basis of the Truman Doctrine, which underprinted many significant versus policies. During the first decade of the Cold War, including the U.S. wanted to keep communism from spreading. One of the requests Truman requested was $400 million in assistance for the two nations. Congress approved his request 2 months later. Truman Doctrine expressed by U.S. President Harry S. Truman to Congress on March 12, 1947, proclaiming a U.S. commitment to aid non-communism countries to resist expansion by the Soviet Union.